up, guy, wake up. You're not dead. Well, not yet, anyway. You're getting a second chance. Another throw of the dice. As far as the world is concerned, you died back in the chamber. Justice was served. James was held. Cash is rotting in. Hey, get a grip and calm down. You're probably suffering from shock, and I'm here to help. Pick up the earrings. Put it on. Go on. That's better. Now only you can hear me. And that's the way you're gonna want it, because I'm your only way out of here. Hey, easy. Look, you've had an unexpected reprieve. Do exactly as I say, and I promise this will be over before the night is out.
Oh god, here we go again. Manhunt is a stealth game released in 2003 by Rockstar Games. They made other classic games such as Red Dead Redemption and Monster Truck Madness 2, the best game ever made. I guess they also made one of the most well-known and most successful and most profitable games of all time. But we don't care about that, right? I know I don't care. Do you care? You better not care, because we're not here to talk about this game. We're here to talk about this other one right here. All the way over here, we're talking about this one. I wouldn't say Manhunt is an obscure game. I feel like most, and I hate to say the G word, but most gamers have at least heard of Manhunt, but I feel like not enough actually know what the game's about. And after playing the game myself, I'm happy to say that Manhunt is a genuinely good game with a coherent story, crazy characters. Why did I write crazy characters? And most importantly, it has good gameplay, which sure is refreshing after playing a game like this.
My name is not important. What is important is what...
Like all of the games I've done video essays on so far, Manhunt was subject to a lot of controversy when it was first released, and it has been banned in the following countries. I'm not sure if this is all of the countries Manhunt was banned in, but it's all that I could find on Wikipedia after researching for 5 seconds. Fun fact, Manhunt was a potential factor in a murder case in 2004. Fun fact over, go home. No, I'm not kidding, go research this yourself, because personally, I don't want to get into this. I'm here to talk about the game and throw dumbass jokes around, not get into a real case where someone really died. That's not my cup of piss, personally, so there might be a video on it somewhere else. You could go find that or just read up on it. I know now we have games like Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil and Doom and insert game here and insert game here. Games that are super brutal, super violent, blood everywhere, people screaming, gunshots, explosions. My buddy just stepped on a mine and lost his leg and now he's dying. Snipers in the treetops. Oh my god, they're setting traps in the bushes. I don't know if I should keep that one in, that's a little much. But there's something about Manhunt's violence that feels almost grounded in reality. Like you see this and you're like, oh shoot, that can actually happen to someone in real life. Probably, maybe, hopefully not. And to me, that type of almost realistic violence in video games hits a lot harder than something like this. What the hell is that? What would you even call that? Instant death? And it doesn't stop with the violence either. The sound design is disturbing, the music sounds like it came from a horror game, the atmosphere is creepy, and I could just go on and on about this. So even though the game is over 20 years old and was released on the PlayStation 2, I think it still holds up pretty well, and I actually recommend you play it yourself before watching this video. But if you don't want to, I guess that's what I'm here for, to break down the whole game in a sort of entertaining, not really funny, but trying to be funny way. I'm sort of like Quentin Reviews. I'm trying my best. I'm trying a little bit. I'm not very funny, and there are better options out there. So, without further delay, let's finally start the damn game. To best experience Manhunt, you should turn off the lights, close the drapes, lock the door, then get ready to kill. Okay, let's do that. Except I can't lock my door. I don't have a lock on my door. Unless they mean front door. If they mean front door, then yeah, that bitch is locked up tight. It's 2 in the morning, and there are gunshots in my neighborhood. You think I'm gonna freaking leave the door unlocked? Fetish? Fetish? Fetish difficulty? What? We're gonna do just standard. Why is it called fetish? In the last video essay about hatred, I'll try to stop mentioning it so much, I promise, I put the game on hard mode and almost immediately regret it. So with Manhunt, I didn't even consider doing hard mode. I didn't want to put myself through that torment. But don't worry, I still rage a lot in this playthrough. A lot of times I don't even show, because my god, there's probably something wrong with me mentally, because I get really mad at stupid games like this.
It looks like this goes all the way to the top. I can't trust anyone, least of all the police, and time's running out. I've got to get the one piece of evidence that will expose Starkweather without a shadow of a doubt. Footage and testimony of a man who was executed by the state 5 hours ago. James Earl Cash, found guilty and sentenced to death, has been on death row for the past 3 years and was executed last night.
The first cutscene shows us the 3 most important characters, in my opinion, right off the bat. James Earl Cash, a death row inmate, and my second favorite bald protagonist. This is the main character, the funny fella that you will be playing as throughout this wonderful journey of sunshine and rainbows. Why is he on death row? We don't know, and as far as I can remember, the game never actually tells us the reason why. But we can probably assume that he's not exactly a good guy. Okay, I just realized that rhymes. In a script, who cares? Who cares if it rhymes once? 2 times in a row? That's messed up. That is too much rhyming for me. That's disgusting. Our next big character is this scary, disembodied voice that claims to be here to help. We don't know this man's name yet, but for now, we will call him the Director. He will be guiding Cash throughout the game, directing him on what to do, which usually boils down to kill everyone and don't die. And if the Director sounds familiar to you 5 people that still watch TV, it's because he's voiced by Brian Cox. Very funny last name, I know. You might know him from that show Succession, but I've never watched it, so if you're like me, you probably know him from the McDonald's commercials, dude. I'm not kidding, he's in the McDonald's commercials.
No, do not put those French fries into your mouth. Instead, put them directly inside your quarter pounder.
What? Knowing this fact probably ruins the McDonald's commercials for you, but it makes the game a hell of a lot better, let me tell you. The final character shown here is called Unnamed White Woman. There's not much I can say about her yet, but keep her in mind because she will be important later. By the way, her name isn't actually Unnamed White Woman. That's stupid, I just made that up. She doesn't actually have a name in the game, she's called like The Reporter. So I decided to call her the Unnamed White Woman. That's her name now, okay? Deal with it.
These streets are being patrolled by gangs. They're scum, just like you. And they're here to hunt you down and cut you up. I'll try to direct you as best I can, but other than that, you're on your own. It's up to you. Okay, are you ready? Camera, action.
Like I said before, Manhunt is a stealth game, which I wasn't really excited about when going into this because I kinda suck at stealth games. Well, actually, I kinda suck at most games, but that's besides the point. When I think of a stealth game, I think of something like the Batman Arkham games. Kinda random, but stick with me here, okay? You play as a big tough guy with a wide arsenal of gear, like you have thermal vision, you have smoke bombs, you have vantage points that you could grapple to whenever you need to escape danger. Really good games. Really great. I'm making myself want to replay them. But my point is that in Manhunt, you have none of that, and you start with basically nothing. You have a minimap that is very minimal, only showing you, the noise you make, and possible enemies nearby, and you get a plastic bag. That's it. That's all you get. You're just a dude. You're just some guy, and it works surprisingly well. The fact that you have minimal things to use against your enemies works super well, and it makes the game feel really tense at times. And of course, later on you get guns, so it doesn't feel as tense, because you're just like shooting people. That's kind of when the game starts to lose me a little bit, but for now, it's really great at making it feel tense, and you're kind of learning how the stealth works and how to sneak up on people. It works so well, and I love it. The longer you hold down the attack button, the more brutal the execution is. Was the plastic bag even necessary at that point?
Jump up to see if you had what it takes to be our leading man. A little audition, if you will.
You get nothing out of doing the more brutal executions except a higher ranking at the end of the level, which really doesn't matter if you're just doing a normal playthrough. So you actually put yourself at risk by attempting these, because if they turn around while you're doing it, then you're probably going to die. And yet the game kind of makes you want to do it. Not to be weird, but these takedowns are much cooler, so why not risk my life to see them, right? Another thing you can use to your advantage is hiding in the shadows like a little creep. This mechanic is pretty straightforward and it feels pretty cool, but at times it seems really goofy. Just really goofy. Like, look at this.
Open your eyes, he's around here someplace.
How the hell does this guy not see me? Okay, so I have bad news. Remember how I said this game was good? Yeah, I lied. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. This game sucks. Okay, look. The game's good, right? But the PC port that I am playing is pretty awful. It is so bad that it does not even function properly. Okay, so there's this guy over there that's supposed to come over here to me, but his mapping is broken. I think that's what you'd call it. I don't know, I'm not a developer, okay? Simply put, he's supposed to walk over here and open the gate, and then you do a takedown. But he doesn't do that, so I make him spot me, and then he runs over to me. Yes, this game has actual combat, by the way. It's like Bully's combat, but worse. Just a lot worse. It's not good. But I beat him up, and the gate just doesn't work. I think I'm supposed to be able to go through the gate. Okay, I need to fix the game. It's broken. The PC port's broken, which, no surprise, Rockstar, billion-dollar freaking company, I think. Y'all can't patch any of your games. Thank you, past Slippy. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's almost like we're the same person. I didn't find how to fix the game until like 40 minutes later, but I'll just tell you right now that if you want to play the game yourself, I linked the fix, or the mod, I guess, in the description. You're gonna probably want that if you get the Steam version, but my past self didn't know that, so here's a little compilation of me trying to fix the game and getting upset. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit talking that shit. He doesn't come over here, he just walks in place.
Just keep hitting the bastard.
There we go. I did it. I did it! I'm gonna die though. I have no health. I'm glad I tried to fix the game and it didn't work. And then I just literally thought outside of the box for a second and fixed it. What is the inventory button? Tab? No, that crashes the damn game. Oh, I hate... Oh, no! I don't think this is gonna work. All of their old games do not work. I swear to God, just hire like one guy to fix your damn games. He can do it in like 20 minutes. It's that easy. Die! 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 Will it crash? It crashes every time. Oh, he's actually walking over now. I think it's fixed. He opened the gate.
Again, he flips it downfield and McLaurin.
I think it's fixed. We'll see. We'll see. Don't get your hopes up. The gate opens. Okay, it works now. Anyways, after finally fixing this beautiful game, we get to beat this guy up.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, my neck.
Oh, and here's a save point. So when you die, you don't need to completely restart a level, except when something like this happens. What is going on? This game doesn't work ever. I have to start over? No, you... Oh my God, I have to restart again? This is... I don't even know what I did!
Just take your time, Cash. I see a few hoods around these vans. Sorry, I should explain. Each gang has their, let's just call it, their thing. These guys call themselves the Hoods, but none of that should bother you. As far as you're concerned, they're meat. Okay, on you go.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they're meat. But I'm kind of making a video essay here, so I kind of got to know every little detail about every little thing in the game. Sadly, the game doesn't really get into detail about these guys, so I want you to know that this next part is taken from the official strategy guide of the game, but I don't own the official strategy guide, so I found it on the fandom wiki page. I don't know how accurate it is, but it seems fairly accurate to me. There's also a lot more info on the gangs here if you're interested, so I'm going to link it down below. But with that being said, let's quickly read up on these funny characters. Or sorry, crazy characters, like I said. The Hoods are a mixed bag of off-duty cops and local thugs. They partake in the hunt largely for the financial gain rather than the vicious brutality enjoyed by the other hunters. The Hoods are unruly for the most part. They are noisy and impulsive. They suffer from a lack of concentration during the hunt, treating it like weekend deer hunting. It ends saying they dress in nondescript street clothes and ski masks. This is one of the many gangs that Cash will face throughout the game, and honestly, they're one of the more uninteresting groups. Because trust me, when I said crazy characters, I meant it. They get crazy. I don't think I mentioned this before, but it's fairly obvious that this situation is a little weird. It's a little off. That's because instead of getting a lethal injection, Cash was sedated and kidnapped. And now he's in a snuff film. He's the lead star in a snuff film. So all of these enemies that he faces throughout the game are basically actors in this snuff film. Of course, they're not really acting, but I think that's what you would call them. The Hoods are apparently being paid, probably a lot, to act in these snuff films, but later on you'll see that other gangs are probably there just for fun. Also, yeah, this guy is here for pleasure too.
Okay, there are some more of these shitheads hanging around the exit. Give me some grade A, honest-to-God gore, and you'll be buzzed through the door.
The director's a weird guy, okay? He's a strange character. Some would call him a crazy character. I wouldn't though, that's ridiculous. And since Cash is here against his will, it seems like his only way out is to play along. For now, at least. That sucked.
Level 2! Doorway into hell!
Sorry. I'm sorry, I just had to make sure you weren't sleeping because I know people like to sleep to my videos, but this isn't some ASMR tickle torture video, this is serious!
You're doing fine, Cash, just fine. We're getting some great material here. Keep going.
Whoa! This game has pissing mechanics? By the way, something I didn't mention earlier was the fact that weapons have different qualities. Kind of like Fortnite. No, I'm kidding. It's not like Fortnite. But there's green, there's blue, and red. We'll talk about red later. For now, there's green weapons, like the plastic bag or glass shard, that can only be used once before breaking. And there's blue weapons like the baseball bat that can be used as much as you want without breaking, except the downside is that they make noise when you do an execution. The fact that the blue weapons make noise during takedowns doesn't really matter, especially not this early on in the game, so it's really not something to worry about during your playthrough. Also, none of this is really something you have to worry about because you're watching a video essay and you're not actually playing the game. There's a lot of little things in the game like this that I definitely won't mention, but I guess I kind of am mentioning it by showing it. Here's your fun fact. The window, it drops glass.
You're gonna have to find something to bust that padlock.
So that's the goal for this level, find a way to open this door and you win, except that takes pretty damn long to do, and it also doesn't help that I don't know what I'm looking for. Red weapons like the baseball bat, wait, didn't we already talk about the baseball bat? Red weapons like the baseball bat are the same as blue weapons, except they're big and they're slower. It says they're stronger, but not as fast as lighter weapons, so I think that means when you're in combat, they're slower. But you're not really gonna be in combat anyways, you're gonna kind of avoid that. Anyways, red bat. The red bat's really good, I love it. I love this thing, I love how you can do this. Here's the crowbar, you wanker. I'm not a wanker.
Freeze! You dumbass piece of shit!
I guess sometimes combat is unavoidable, which kind of sucks because the combat kind of sucks.
A crowbar, that would be ideal for smashing a padlock, say?
Oh. Okay.
You're really getting me off, Cash.
I'm getting you off? I'm getting you off? Why am I surprised? What in the hell is the use button? Why does this goofball just go, ha ha ha? Why does he do that? What is that? What is that emote? No one cares. No one cares about the melee combat tutorial. Can we just skip all of this? This sucks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Better? In this level, the game teaches you that you can make the world's loudest noise to distract people. There's also a new thing where enemies will jump out at you and chase you. Sorta scary the first time, very annoying every other time.
Running like a beat up.
Can we just take a minute and admire the atmosphere of this game? Everything looks run down and abandoned, almost like some world-ending event happened and no one survived. Oh my god! No, but seriously, the atmosphere in this game is amazing, and it's honestly a wonder that anyone lives in this city. This game takes place in Carcer City, which is a fictional city that also takes place in the GTA universe. Remember how I mentioned GTA at like the very beginning of the video? So it seems like this city is basically like Detroit times 10. Pretty scary. I really like how they connect the universes though. I really appreciate when games do that. Now we just need to fit Red Dead Redemption into the timeline. And also Monster Truck Madness 2, the best game ever made.
You're doing great, kid. Grade A stuff. Now, find your way to the cellar door.
Okay, multiple guys at once. Pause. I can take it. Pause.
Go, Hoods!
Ah! We've made it to the end of a pretty uneventful level, but now things are going to get more interesting.
Get ready, boys. He's coming.
Cash tries to make a run for it before he's stopped by some mysterious armed men. We don't really know who these guys are for now, but all we can gather is that they work for the director because, you know, he warns them that Cash is gonna show up. Cash then has the shit beat out of him. No better way to word it, the shit is beat out of him.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
But then they throw him into the back of a van, and where are they taking him? We'll find out soon after the game shows us a very necessary cutscene.
Okay, you limp dick faggots. Let's give Mr. Starkweather a show to remember. Move it!
Interesting! And of course, very necessary. We see a new gang called the Skins, with a Z because that makes them cool. A neo-Nazi white power gang. Oh, YouTube's not gonna like me after this, dude. They're very aggressive and they participate in the hunt mostly for the sadistic violence. Random little tangent, but saying the word participate? Why is it so hard? My god. These white boys are having a fun old time drinking nondescript liquid until this guy shows up and kills one of them. For some reason, I don't really know why. Anyways, he calls them the Twitter word and then mentions a Mr. Starkweather, the same name the reporter mentions in the very first scene of the game. Whoever Starkweather is, we can assume he has a lot of power and that this guy may be his second in command of sorts. And with all of that, business continues as usual, except now we're killing skinheads, so that's pretty fun.
Okay, so I lied. We haven't quite wrapped this gig up. But hey, you're having fun, right? There's a double gate that leads on through to our next location. Find it.
Where are my white brothers?
It's out of the park!
That's a pretty thick rope. You're gonna need a blade.
Man, they can never just make it straightforward, can they? After killing a man with no peripheral vision...
How did he not see me?
Oh wow, a Confederate flag mask. You know, normally I'd say that's like over the top or something like that, or something witty, but... God, man, this game's about a death row inmate being forced to act in a snuff film, so... I'm at a loss for words, dude. Anyways, after killing this man, we can take his knife to open the tied-off gate.
There's a nail gun in that trailer. If you can stand the smell.
Look, I don't know how he's doing that with his pants on, but I could not care less, okay? Anyways, we get our first ranged weapon. This thing sucks, actually, and I hate using it, but we gotta start somewhere. Well, at least you can do this. That's pretty fun, I won't lie. I mean, this nail gun still sucks, but hey, that's pretty fun. Hey, look. I don't need to show you guys my score every time I finish a level, right? We could just move on. You should also assume I got the perfect score every time I beat a level. Because I'm just that good, and I'm definitely not lying.
These skins are boring me, dumbass supremacist bastards. Always blaming
True.
others for their inadequacies.
True.
Butcher them, Cash. Cut them up. Beat them down and choke the fucking life out of them.
Well, we don't agree on everything, Mr. Director, but we do agree on that. So me and the director, you know, we got off to a bad start, but maybe he isn't such a bad guy. Maybe the real Manhunt was the friends we made along the way. Why are you booing me? What'd I do?
We'll make a slash star out of you yet.
Shit, man!
Why was he just on the ground? What was he doing?
Oh man, that was good.
I agree, actually. I did pretty good there. You know, you and me, we don't agree on everything, but... Okay, so this is kind of awkward, but there's this guy. This guy, he's just watching porn, like, for fun. Like Patrick Bateman, I don't know. I'm not going to play the audio from this segment of the game, even though I'm sure YouTube would let me get away with it, because they're really lenient with me. It's almost like I'm a really small channel or something. Just because I'm not gonna play it doesn't mean I won't commentate on it, and you know what? It's pretty damn funny. You should go find it yourself, because honestly, it's really funny to just include this in the middle of a level.
This shit seems content to watch porn and avoid all the action. If he won't switch it off himself, we'll have to do it for him.
The big guy gets upset that he can't watch his favorite show anymore.
Oh, that's just freaking great! The fuse is fried again!
I mean, what kind of psychopath do you need to be to just sit and watch porn for fun? I know these guys are like killers and sadists and maniacs, but I draw the line at this. I do. I draw the line here. Oh, Lord forgive me, but I'm gonna rant a little bit. Trust me, this is valid. So, we need to go across the map to grab some gas to power this crane so we can move this one fridge. You know, any normal functioning human being could most likely just climb over it or something. But at the end of the day, this is a video game full of things that don't make much sense when you really think about it. And yet I am caught up on this fridge. This one damn fridge. It's probably because moving it is such a long, arduous task, which then introduces a mechanic that I don't think should be in the game at all because it's so annoying and it only appears in this one level. I'm sorry, I'm okay now. After a brief murderous rampage, we get a nice can of gas that we have to carry all the way back to the crane. But before that, more white boys show up, which means more brief murderous rampaging, so yeah. After eradicating the biggest losers of all time, we get to carry a can of gas really far. So fun. Fun game design right here. We gas up the crane and then we move the fridge. But of course there's always a catch to every little thing you do in this game, so now we have to fight enemies with a crane by hitting them with a fridge. The reason I hate this is because controlling this is hell on earth. Also, the enemies typically don't die after getting hit by a 300-pound fridge that's being thrown around like a softball. I tried doing something smart, in big quotations, by getting off of the crane and attempting to beat this man to death, because we all know a baseball bat is more powerful than a 300-pound hunk of metal being dropped on your head. But before I'm able to discharge my powerful stick, did I write that in the script with the intent of sounding like inappropriate? I think it was. I think the point was it was a little bit of naughty humor in there. But, you know, it's been a while since I wrote the script, so I kind of forgot what the joke was supposed to be. But before I'm able to discharge my powerful stick, the man calls me a racial slur and shoots me full of nails. That's where we are in life. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but that was a really funny line. Just like, he calls me a racial slur and then shoots me full of nails. Nah. That's crazy how far I need to restart. This level is bad. Even though I most definitely said this out of pure sadness and a deep rage slowly building inside me with each death, I actually still stand by this. This is simply one of the worst levels. The whole process is just this, and then some of this. What were they thinking? But at least it's fun when the crane just completely breaks the very fabric of reality for no apparent reason. After craning it and cranking it, I was ambushed. That's a bad line. After craning it and cranking it, I was ambushed and nearly killed. I probably would have rage quit if that happened. I would have punched a giant hole right in the middle of my monitor if they got me, but they didn't get me. After a little bit of this and a little bit of getting beaten within an inch of my life, the door opens sesames to another damn crane. It's, you know, the exact same thing as last time, except this time it's harder because while the enemies are out of reach and slowly approaching you, you can't actually attack back because They're too damn far away, so you just have to wait while they slowly shoot you. And this doesn't seem like a lot of damage, but it adds up pretty fast, and before you know it, you'll be dead. Dead as hell. This level's so bad. It is so bad. The whole crane control thing just does not work. It is so clunky. It's so slow. I think using a crane in real life would be easier than this. After craning my hog, we loop back around to the beginning, and we get that #1 victory royale. Oh my god, I'm cringe.
Fall in and listen up. Eddie, it's time to get out there and nail that bastard. War dogs? Yeah!
These breaks call themselves the War Dogs. Real dickless, gung-ho losers. You're gonna have to tool up if you're gonna make it. Take it slow and see what you can take from these guys.
Guns. Okay, so that was a lot. I hope you didn't fall asleep. Cash tries to sneak off like the sneaky snitch he is, once again, before he's stopped, once again. Meanwhile, in God knows where, this guy is talking like he just learned what swear words are. And there's also this guy. He will be important later. Very important. These guys actually get a proper introduction, unlike the skins. But of course, if we want more, we need to look at the strategy guide. Based in the neglected Carcer City Zoo, the War Dogs are the most dangerous and efficient killers on Starkweather's payroll. There's that name again. They consist of ex-military special forces and obsessive hunters for hire. A few members stay true to their military backgrounds and often communicate in special forces code phrases. But others lack actual knowledge, so they improvise. They are experts in both tactics and weaponry. Their preferred tactics are ambushes, baiting and luring, and full-on frontal assaults. Despite their training, their animal instincts sometimes take over while pursuing prey, and they become noisy and highly excitable. Take no prisoners is their motto, and they hunt their prey with a viciousness matched by none. So now Cash is expected to take out these highly skilled killers with nothing but a wire.
Wire.
Which of course he does, because he's, the main character. I have his head? I have his head as a distraction tool.
There are some doors over at the other side of this location that will get your sorry hide out of here.
I think you guys get the gist of it now. Find a way to open the door and kill every living thing you see. I lure this guy out that's guarding the crowbar, and I give him a swift, painless death.
Oh hell, that wasn't in the script. Honest Cash, they're making it up as they go along, I swear.
Guy with a sniper, that's new, but get used to it because you're gonna be getting shot at all the time for the rest of the game. Lucky for us though, this guy isn't the smartest, so he's incredibly easy to take care of. One ambush later and a locked gate, we reach the end. Oh boy, I hope nothing, bad happens in the next level.
Hold up, Cash. You and your family weren't exactly close, am I right? It's just that I thought it would be nice to have a surprise reunion. But But these war dogs didn't see it my way, and they've taken matters into their own hands. They're using them as bait, Cash. Bait! I know! I can hardly believe it myself. Each time they spot you, these war dogs are going to execute one of your beloved family.
Won't let it happen. Okay, so something bad happens. The director has kidnapped Cash's family. Of course, he tries to blame the war dogs, but it's obvious he's lying, as usual. So that's how the game works now. If you get spotted, your family dies. That is crazy saying that out loud. But the real crazy thing is that when one of them gets killed, you don't actually fail the level. You only need one family member to survive by the end of the level, which is really easy to do. But I kept restarting the level over and over again until every family member survived till the very end. Why did I do this? Because I'm a good man. Or I'm an idiot, because doing this doesn't change anything at all. You do not have to do this. It's just a huge waste of time. You know, the takedowns, they're nasty. They're icky, yucky, and they're well animated. But it's what really gets you is the damn noises that they play. It's so gross. Fun fact, this is the first time Cash says a word in the whole game. 7 levels in, and he finally mutters his first words. I failed to mention this earlier because my brain is 70% pink goo and 30% actual brain matter. But in this level, you start with a tranquilizer gun, which I thought was a real gun for a moment until I actually used it. Either way, it's still a very useful weapon to start the level with, and I think I could have cleared this level much faster if I was less sparing with the ammo. Seriously, the tranquilizer gun is surprisingly good.
Run as far away as you can. Okay, you're okay. Go!
Another nondescript family member saved. Only one to go.
Guess what you have to do to open the shark's mouth? Go rescue your family.
Don't stop until you're out of here.
You rescued them all. I knew I'd bring the hero out in you.
Yeah, that's all you get if you free all the family members. You get some special dialogue. What a huge waste of time. Entering the shark's mouth reveals 2 more guys that are fairly easy to decapitate. It takes me a little bit to realize that you have to flip this switch in order to open the fire exit, but after that, we're done with the level. Oh, come on! Okay, now we can finally leave.
You just won't fucking die, will you? You, get out to the graveyard. You and you, I want you up there. And I want you to follow him over to the mall. Now fucking move!
So, how are we doing, Cash? Enjoying it so far? I thought you could do with a little R&R, so I've arranged a special screening. Just for you. It's work in progress, but I think you'll appreciate it. I've hidden a tape and a video camera in the mall. Find them. By the way, these guys are packing heat, so you might want to find a gun for yourself.
Now we're introduced to a new gang of goofy goobers called the Innocence, with a Z, again, because they're cool or something. Just like the other gangs, they get ordered around by Big Strong Man. They're told to go to the mall, which of course, Cash is at.
Enjoying it so far?
No!
This level is drastically different from the others because there is practically no stealth involved, and it's basically just a shootout, which luckily I'm not so bad at. But before we get into that, we need to read up on the new gang. The Innocents are a street gang absorbed in sect imagery. Although young, they are fierce fighters who prefer to use their combined force rather than individual skill. The gang is made up of two specific groups. The Scullies. These names keep getting worse and worse, I swear. The Scullies form the basic horde, but Starkweather brought in the babyfaces to add muscle and a distressing contrast to the gang. The Scullies resent this intrusion and are genuinely uneasy around them, for good reason. Basically, the Scullies are playing the part of lunatics, and the babyfaces are the real deal. But they all behave like human jackals. Probably one of the most interesting gang descriptions yet. I like the dynamic of these two groups. The fact that one group actually makes the other uncomfortable, though it's not really noticeable in-game, is pretty interesting.
Okay, we're cooking with gas now. Go find that tape.
Kinda like this part. No stealth, just really bad Rockstar gunplay. Who doesn't love that? I was being a little sarcastic here, but the aiming and stuff in this game really isn't terrible. And this part was a nice change of pace from the whole slow stealth gameplay in the first half.
Now all you need is the camera.
You have escaped, but there's no way out of this place, my friend.
Oh hell. That's the camera with the broken screen. I told those guys. No problem. There's a TV in a bar somewhere around here. Does nothing fucking work around here? You're gonna have to see if you can turn on the power in the basement.
After getting the tape, and the camera, and going to the bar, and turning the power on in the basement, we can finally see what wonderful movie this wonderful man has cooked up for us.
You must understand, Cash. I could never let them go. Where were your family when you were facing your final moments in the chamber anyway? You've left your old life, your old self behind. I'm all the family you need now.
Yeah, this guy just kills Cash's family anyways, and makes him watch it? I don't even know what to say about this. I really like Cash as a silent protagonist here. I don't know if you would call him a silent protagonist. I really like how he just silently picks up the TV and throws it across the room, and you can just tell that this is the start of some revenge arc he's about to go through.
I've got a little surprise for you. You looked lonely, so I got you some company. Unfortunately, the Innocents thought better of it and locked him up. You're gonna have to bust him out.
We are given the gift of companionship, but the poor guy is locked up. So lure this guy away, slap him around a little bit, clipping through the stairs is optional, and free your boy.
Well, what do you think of your new friend? You look good together, Cash. Really, you do. I'll only open any gates if he's with you.
Escort missions? Oh my god, the game keeps getting harder.
Get going.
The game gets worse. What the hell? You took away my guns and you gave me this freaking dork? Is this guy even conscious? We have to escort this homeless man, which I lovingly named Dylan, all the way to the end of the level. I don't know what to call this guy. I'm gonna call him Dylan. His name's Dylan. You gotta protect Dylan.
I told you, get that hobo safely to the gate, and I'll bust
He's
you
right
through.
here. This is basically the whole level. Hide Dylan somewhere, kill everyone, take Dylan with you to open a gate, and then you keep doing that over and over and over and over and over, and then you win.
I know you're hurtful little gang young man. Boys, he's being difficult.
Why is he talking like this? He's talking to me like a disappointed father. Dylan! Don't ask me why I called him Dylan. He just seems like a Dylan, you know what I mean?
Paranoia, paranoia, I see you.
So, this is the last part of this tedious, boring, stupid level, and also the hardest part. but I must make it to the end for my buddy Dylan. This guy with the shotgun guards the gate. It's a little hard to lure him away at first because he doesn't leave this area, but you can get him to walk a little bit towards you, and then when he turns away, you can quickly execute him before he turns back around.
Smelly friend, I'll open the door.
You are then blessed with a shotgun of your very own. Use it wisely or suffer the consequences of being a complete dumbass.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
This level is so slow. What is going on? Okay, we're halfway through the game. And my script is already twice as long as my last one. I really overestimated my abilities for this project, I'm telling you.
Time for a little overtime. Make your way through the factory. The loading bay's your only way in.
Welcome to the most forgettable level in the game. I'm not kidding, this level has like nothing going for it. Sadly, my good friend Dylan is no longer with us. They took him away, and now this level will have the added effect of crushing loneliness and depression, on top of being really forgettable.
Really doing it for me. I ain't been this turned on since... Well, let's not go there.
Wait, are these guys pedophiles?
Daddy deserves a little release tonight.
Way to go, Cash. Now make your way through the factory. For a job well done, make your way to the foyer.
With their dirty, innocent looks, making me want them.
That's my leading man, attaboy. See you with some beers outside.
Why did you do that? Let's act like that last clip never happened, and boom! First try. Really close call, though. Like, you got really close there.
What the fuck?
Get to bed. Now. You heard the man.
The senator also visited the Darkwoods Penitentiary, which hosts more than 1,000 inmates from all over the country. The prison's modern facilities include spacious cells for the inmates. The exceptionally well-staffed hospital is equipped for emergencies, as well as routine health checks. Adjacent to row 1, the electric chair room is where death sentences are carried out.
Right here. Drop him. The lunatics have taken over the asylum, Cash. The only way to reason with these gibbering idiots is with a stick and a gun. I want you to kill the hunter patrolling the tower walkway and bring his body to the guard room. There's a hunter in the next room through the mesh door. Hack him up and I'll buzz open the next set of doors for you.
Okay, let's break it all down. Sadly, there are no beers outside for Cash, like the director promised. Instead, he's taken by these guys again. Luckily, the shit isn't kicked out of him, though. But he's taken to the Darkwoods Penitentiary, which, Could you think of a more menacing name? I appreciate the voiceover talking about the prison like it's some well-maintained place, while we can just see how much the place has gone to hell. Something weird to me is the fact that according to the wiki, this is the place Cash was supposed to be executed. But hang on, if I didn't mention this before, I'll mention it now, but Manhunt takes place in the span of one night. One single night. This whole game, everything you're seeing, is supposed to take place in the span of one night. Or, sorry, at least it's heavily implied. If that's the case, then how the hell did these goofy goobers take over the whole prison in that span of time? I don't know, but that seems like a little bit of a stretch right there. I mean, personally, I don't know how long it takes to overrun a prison, but you need to like plan a riot and free everybody. I don't know, man. It seems like it would take a long time. Even though it is heavily implied that the game takes place in one night, some people do theorize that every time Cash is taken to a new location, several days pass, or maybe they even lock him up for several months between each scene. Which, if that's the case, then I think it makes the concept of the game a lot scarier. Personally, I don't think this is like canon or anything. I do think the game takes place in one night, but I think the concept of it taking place over the span of months is a lot cooler. Maybe not cooler, but it's a lot scarier, you know what I mean? At the start of this level, we get to use an electric chair on a guy as a distraction to lure another guy in the room so we can kill him. That is probably the most psychotic thing I have ever said. And while I fumble through the game, we should talk about this new gang that we're dealing with. Smileys are a loose throng of the insane, serial killers, psychotics, and sadists. They are truly twisted and one of the most intense packs of hunters you'll face. The Smileys hunt wearing their trademark smiley masks, often splattered with the blood of previous victims or their own from self-mutilation rituals. They take perverse pleasure in the pain and torture they inflict upon others. Their dialogue ranges from demented animal noises to chanted nursery rhymes. Many Smileys talk to themselves or imaginary friends. You may think one's calling you out, when all he's really doing is mumbling to himself. My favorite member in this gang is probably Barry. Who is Barry, you might be asking? Well, Barry was basically an abusive, alcoholic, unfaithful, lazy dickhead. He killed his wife, and he got sent to Darkwood's penitentiary. But the reason he stands out to me is the fact that after being sent to prison, he went crazy and then started to pretend to be his wife.
You mess with a married man, you get what you deserve, slut!
He is so far removed from himself to the point where Barry believes that Cash is in fact Barry, which leads him to say things like this.
Kids, can you see your father? Cause he's around here someplace drunk again. Let's just work this out. Oh, Barry, let's just work this out. Where are my shoes? You think she can give you something like, do you, Barry? Do you?
Who is Barry? There is so much information on these characters on the wiki that I never got into, and I'm just gonna say it now, no promises, but if you guys want me to make a video about each individual character, I could do something like that. Just leave a comment and let me know. But again, no promises because I'm only halfway through editing this video and I already want to die. Well said. This level is not very long, especially if you're decent at the game. You can get through it pretty quickly, but I am ashamed to say that I literally forgot what the goal of the level was. Do you remember what it was? Probably not, because you had this on in the background, but if you were paying attention, you probably remember that you need to shoot this guy and take him to the guard room. I literally forgot you had to do this. I kill the guy, and I just leave him. I completely wiped this from my memory. I don't know how I forgot. I think I have, like, early onset dementia or something. Anyways, skipping way ahead to when I actually grab the damn guy, I take him to the guard room, and boom, I win.
There's a good boy. Now, drop all your weapons and move on. Monkey see, monkey kill. That's your motivations for the next scenes. You're killing to entertain, so take your time and play to the camera.
In this level, all you have to do is hit people with hammers, like several times.
So you're not resting on your laurels, but I haven't got stiff for a while, so step it up a little.
But then after you're done doing that, the level suddenly gets really hard, and you have to do like this really long shootout. I don't know, it's kind of annoying. Holy shit.
Okay, Cash, you performed brilliantly. Don't worry, I've got plenty more Wonderland fun lined up for you.
Oh boy, I wonder if this is perhaps, maybe, possibly foreshadowing something. I guess we'll find out.
You're my big, ugly Alice, so go on, follow the white rabbit.
I'll just let you guys know that this is the part of the game where everything goes to shit. I'm not saying it necessarily gets bad, I'm just saying like everything goes off the rails and everything gets crazy and deranged. If it wasn't already deranged enough, it gets worse. The first half of this level is the usual stuff where you're just shooting guys, shooting more guys, getting shot by guys, and most importantly, shooting guys. But the whole time you're of course following the rabbit around until you get to this portion of the level.
You did well, very well, but every film has an ending, and this here's yours.
What can I say? You are a good leading man. The audience will love you. Don't expect any royalty checks where you're going, though.
So the rabbit was a trap all along, and Cash is now fired from his very successful acting career. I don't know if this is just me, but this kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, this man is doing everything you say. He's probably the best person you've had do this, ever. And you're just gonna fire him? Man, I never realized how corrupt this industry was. My goodness, this needs to stop now! It also surprises me that the director thought a group of lunatics would be able to kill Cash. Cash has already proven that he can handle gangs like the War Dogs and survive. And from everything we've read and seen in this game, it seems like the War Dogs are the most skilled out of all of the gangs. And the director just says, here's a few guys from the loony bin for you to fight. But what do I know? Maybe this was all part of the plan.
Hey, you ain't dead. He ain't dead. Oh shit, I've got the key.
We kill the rabbit, take his keys, and kill the rest of these guys with surprising ease, and I'm rhyming again. That's awesome.
Take cover, you idiots!
Double kill.
On my location, on my location!
Peek, peek, peek. Idiot.
Ramirez! You let Cash slip his leash. Bring him to heel. Failure isn't an option. Now go.
Where do you think you're going, man? Huh? Huh? What the fuck? You think you're tough? Think you're tough? I'll rip your fucking head off! Don't you wanna play anymore? You like hide and seek? You like hide and fucking seek? Well, we're coming for you, asshole.
What's the matter, little boy?
Ready or not.
It's our turn now.
Run! Run!
We learn that big strong man's name is Ramirez. We also learn that he is the biggest idiot I've ever seen for not killing Cash when he had the chance.
This isn't a game. Find him.
Cash is now completely off script. Well, kind of. He no longer has the director telling him what to do, but he still has to fight for his life. So I wouldn't exactly call this freedom, but he's almost there. By the way, this is one of the coolest levels in the game, and it's one of my favorites. I did struggle with it a little bit, and it did get kind of annoying at times, I won't lie, but it's a fun one. Just ignore my cries of anguish. Damn it! Ah! No! I need to restart the whole part. Oh, this sucks, dude. The first portion of this level basically consists of killing guys outside and trying to get into an apartment building. Then, of course, after you take down all the guys outside, he sends more guys outside.
First man brings me his severed dick, gets $10,000.
My penis is worth more than that, mister. But after finally entering the apartment building where Ramirez is hiding, we find that it's also not so surprisingly full of enemies, just like the outside area. Now we need to sneak all the way to the top of the apartment building to kill Ramirez. Well, I don't know if sneak is the right word because they know you're here. They know you're trying to get to Ramirez, so there's guys posted up everywhere, watching every corner. It's very hard to do stealth, so you're probably just gonna end up shooting people, again, like the last 5 or so levels. Turn around, every now and then. It's bound to happen. Respawn me with full health, please. Damn it!
War dog! War dog!
Damn it! After suffering and struggling to get to the top floor, Ramirez just runs away. This guy's a little bitch! It's actually kind of surprising how he acts during this level. The entire time, you do not fight him once. He is constantly hiding and telling other people to go kill you. When you finally reach the top floor, he runs away, and then the game gives you a time limit, and if you don't kill him within said time limit, he calls in more backup, and I think that's kind of funny. I don't know, it feels like a very Rockstar thing to do. There's this big tough guy bossing everyone around, and when shit hits the fan, he runs away. Also, this is the part of the level where I scream, "No!" Like an action movie hero just fell off a building or something. Also, I hate to say it, but this part of the level is kind of annoying. This is supposed to be the big finale. Cash versus Ramirez. And it's just underwhelming. Partially because he runs away, mainly because he keeps calling backup. I don't know, it's a little frustrating. I genuinely don't know how to kill Ramirez before he calls in backup. I don't know how to do it, he's too damn fast. This 7-foot-tall monster man is faster than Usain Bolt, and I can't catch up to him. So instead, I think outside of the box, you see, I enter the room where Ramirez was hiding. In this room, he leaves behind something very important. He leaves behind a sniper rifle. I take the sniper rifle, and I hit Ramirez with the CIA's special move, and boom! He's dead. Okay, he steps outside, and then you're just allowed to snipe his head off. I really almost died right at the end. Holy Lord. But with that, the war dogs are gone for good, and so is Ramirez. Because his head is gone.
Get in, you idiot! Get in!
Pull over! Pull over! Who are you? I've seen your face before.
Get off of me! I'm a reporter! I was at your execution!
Keep talking.
I've been following Starkweather's operation for months.
Who's Starkweather?
The guy that's been talking you through this whole circus of death? Look, I've got all I need to expose that sick bastard, but he's definitely on to me now. So I have to get back to my apartment, collect my material, and get out of town before I become another one of Starkweather's extras.
You can bring him down? This Starkweather?
Absolutely. This is gonna make my career.
Okay, let's go.
Huh?
To your apartment. Drive!
What? Are you fucking... Oh, shut up and get some of your boys to take care of it. Don't file the arrest report. Don't kill him either. Send both to me. Hey, Remember who you're talking to, you son.
Listen, you fuck, it's your job to clean up this city's mess. That's what you get paid for.
Shit.
Okay, pull over here.
But it's another block or two to my apartment.
Just shut up and stick with me if you want to stay alive.
Another escort mission. You know what that means? I'm freaking done. I'm done with this right now. You know the drill. Let me break it down. The news reporter returns. Hey, remember about 2 weeks ago when I started writing this and I said to keep her in mind? You don't? Me neither. She Tokyo drifts in to rescue our damsel in distress that definitely, totally didn't just kill like 100 guys earlier. And I don't know how, but she knows all about Starkweather's operation. She must be a damn good reporter if she found out about Starkweather's whole snuff film ring thing, or she's an omniscient being. It's anyone's guess. And who is Starkweather? Well, he's the director, of course, the guy that's been talking to us the whole game. It seems pretty obvious now. I mean, like, who else would Starkweather be? But as I was playing the game, I didn't really put much thought into this, so when I heard the name Starkweather, I was just like, what? Who? Huh? But now we have a name for this sick individual that has been making cash do all these horrible, terrible things. And after driving off in 5 frames per second, we hear Starkweather speaking to the chief of police. So this guy literally controls the police. That does not make me hopeful for these next levels. As you could probably guess, in this level we're not going up against any gangs, we're going up against the police. And whether you like the police or not, these are undoubtedly the most corrupt cops I've ever seen. And just like the other people in this game, they probably deserve what's coming to them. The strategy guide for Manhunt doesn't include anything special about the CCPD, but the wiki does say this. I'm not gonna read it because I'm lazy and I'm slowly dying as this video progresses, but you could look at that if you want. This is kind of confusing to me because why would the strategy guide just have misinformation about this specific detail? But whatever, at the end of the day, it's not important. Unlike the last escort mission, you're escorting a conscious human being that's not completely blackout drunk, so if you leave her alone for too long and the timer reaches 0, she will run straight to you. It's a mechanic that makes sure you don't beat the whole level and then go back to get her. It makes sense, but it's also pretty annoying, but luckily it's only the first half of the level where you have to deal with this.
Don't leave me alone for that long again.
Shut up.
My place is upstairs. Here,
You coming or what?
After listening to some nice overlapping audio, the journalist opens the door to her rinky-dink apartment. And big surprise, the police are swarming the whole place. Side note, the journalist has a very interesting taste in interior decorating.
Everything I need is in that box under the table.
Good. Take it and get out of town.
But you're not coming with me?
I'm going to deal with Starkweather personally. Thank him for my second chance. You're my
Personally.
backup if I don't make it. Have a nice life.
Damn. Alright, bro. This game has ladder physics? What the freaking hell? Now that was just the escort part of the level, but the fun has only begun because this is the beginning of the end. Also known as the part where I get really angry because they put way too many enemies in the next sections of the game. Not even just this level necessarily, but it's definitely coming up soon. These coppers try to arrest me for sleeping behind a dumpster. So I smack him around a little bit. A cop shows up with a sniper rifle, which is definitely not standard procedure. He's easy to shoot from down here, but once you do, just about every damn cop in the city instantly knows your exact location. So what I did was I ran into a building, I hid in a dark corner, and just waited for them to slowly enter the room. And yeah, that's basically the whole plan. Do that, but without the dying part. Damn it! Why? I couldn't one-shot him, but I could freaking murder everybody else so easily? What in the world? But other than that, the second half of the level is pretty uneventful until we enter the subway. Well, that's a different level entirely, but you know what I mean. That was not bad. I just died once and had to redo that one little part. It's funny how I'll say something like this, and then I'll immediately get like slapped across the face with the worst level in the entire game. That is the last time I'll ever experience joy during this playthrough, because this next level is just complete insanity, and it sucks.
You'll never get out of that subway alive.
Roger, we're at the station.
This is Charlie Leader. Power has been shut off. Repeat, power is off.
The reason that this level sucks is because after you open this door and you step onto the tracks, they send the SWAT team after you. Isn't that funny? This game is amazing! Okay, fucking hell. That insta-killed me! I mean, that makes sense. If that was me, I probably would have fallen to my knees and died. I would have keeled over immediately, but this is a video game. Why can't I just be a little bit immortal?
We got him!
It's instant. It is so quick. If I had a melee weapon, this would be great. This is the one time I actually really want to stealth. Because these guys are freaking SWAT team people, and they can kill me immediately if they feel like it. And they do feel like it. They want to murder me. It's kind of funny because in the last level I didn't want to do stealth, but in this one I desperately want to do stealth, but I just cannot get a melee weapon. And something that frustrates me more is that I think I carry over my weapons from the previous level. So if I took that crowbar or something with me to this level, that would solve a lot of my problems. I would really like to go back one time and replay this level with a melee weapon, just to see how much easier it would be. Because in this level, there are so many good hiding spots, and there's so many opportunities for stealth, but I just never had a stealth weapon the whole time. He was about to touch me! I gotta run! Who put the police everywhere? I'm dead. I'm dead. Just like that. Just like that. Holy shit. I really have a save point here now? How did I fuck up so bad? Who wants a save point right here? Who in the hell wants that? I didn't really understand what the goal was during this level, even though they kind of tell you right at the beginning. Your goal is to turn the power on, and then run all the way back to the subway train, while avoiding a million cops and SWAT team members, and it's chaos. It's just chaos. Oh, I can go in here? What the f***? I didn't know that. Since when? Is this the train controls? What is this? Kill me. Kill me. You think I care? You think I care? In this attempt, I killed pretty much every enemy in the level. I don't know how, but I did. And then I switched the power on. Little did I know, when you do this, it spawns more enemies. Why is there more? Why is there more? Why doesn't the game stop? The good thing is that you don't need to fight them. You can just sneak past and then get on the subway train. But that's not where the level ends. It keeps going. There's more. The next section of the level is really short. It basically just consists of trying to get out of the subway. And once you do, it's finally over. The pain is over. And I am happy again. But that's all a lie. Because the next level is just as hard, if not harder. It's probably harder. I don't know why they just decided, hey, let's put some serial killer, crazy horror movie guy in this game. They did it. and I like them. The only cutscene we get for the start of this level is whatever the hell this is. This thing is called Pigsy, and it's a fat naked man wearing the head of a pig. That's it. He was briefly shown, I think, only once before, and during that time I said he will be important later. Later is rapidly approaching, but for now we don't need to worry about him. All we see is that he's escaping from his confinement, which implies really horrific things, but for now, he's not our concern. We don't need to worry about this pig, but we do need to worry about these pigs. Is that funny? Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Don't do that. Don't, please. This level is a lot like the last one, in which there's not much going on, except I am just having a really bad time. And I think part of the reason why I don't have much to say during this part of the game is because I just didn't like it. I just didn't have much fun. Ever since the Divided They Fall level, I've just been kind of upset while playing this game. And it's been extremely repetitive with these police levels, and my god, there's so many enemies, and it's a struggle, and it's a slog to get through, and I don't use that word often, and I don't even know what it means. But the good thing is that after this level, the game gets pretty good again, in my opinion. And we're almost there, so let's just get this level out of the way, and then we'll get to the really good stuff. And I've been dying to talk about the final level in this game. I've been dying! I am dying over here! Because it is a really good finale to this game, and we're almost there. Hang on. Hang on to your socks, folks. Hold your horses. Need a crowbar. Oh, it's right here. And you know what? I'll keep it, because I'm going to need a melee weapon, and I'm going to throw a fit when I don't have it. So I'm going to keep it. Bad start. Because there's 500 enemies. I know it's the cops, but still, dude. This is unreal. This is an unreal setup you have here. There is way too many guys.
Not another inch, asshole! Dispatch! Dispatch! We've got the bastard!
Well, how did he run out of there if... Okay. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
What the fuck is this?
But Mr. Starkweather refuses to comment on these allegations. At this point, it is unclear as to whether or not he will ever be allowed to direct again. This is...
You know what? I don't give a fuck what Starkweather wants. Maybe today I kill you, maybe not. Kill the camera. What was that? Go check it out. Maybe it is your day. Shit! What the fuck is that? Support! Repeat! Send in! Oh shit!
Cash is kidnapped again by these guys. I don't know if I ever mentioned what their name is. They're called the Cerberus. I don't know why they are, and I don't know why it's never said in the game. At least I don't think it is. So I just decided to mention it now, because guess what? There are new enemy. No more cops, no more gangs, just these guys. I don't really know who these guys are, but they're basically Starkweather's personal bodyguards, and they're also the organizers for his snuff films. Things take a genuinely shocking turn when Pigsy comes out of nowhere with his full hog out. And yes, the pun was intended, and also I think I have to censor this. I don't know. You can't really see it, but it's still there. You know what I mean? You can only see the shape of it, but it's there. It's there. You can feel its presence. Just like Ramirez, these guys are the big stupid because they don't kill Cash when they had the chance. They don't even tie him up or lock him away or anything. They just leave him in this room to his own devices, which is basically like saying, "Hey, come kill me!" So of course I'm gonna do that. And just like that, Cash is armed again. When will they learn that this guy can hitman his way out of pretty much any situation? You leave this man alone for 1 minute and suddenly he saws someone's head off with a wire. There's a certain weird, like, horror element to this level. And I know this game has kind of been unsettling since the very start. With the sound design and the atmosphere, the general feel of the game makes you feel uneasy. But the fact that this level starts with this cutscene, it kind of plants an idea in your head that this pig thing can possibly be lurking around the game now. The idea that this thing can come out of nowhere and kill you is terrifying to me. And the game reminds you of this as well, showing that the Cerberus are not only looking for you now, but also Pigsy. I'm just gonna break the illusion now and tell you that no, the scary pigman is in fact not roaming around right now. Your only worry right now is the Cerberus. And they are a pretty big worry because they will shoot and kill you extremely fast. Even though it seems like the Cerberus aren't very well trained, because you can just camp in one spot and do this. All units, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. And I know, every NPC in the game does this. But it's just funny to think that they always rush in and get themselves immediately killed. My first attempt was actually going pretty well. I entered this weird hedge maze thing that only a rich psychopath would have. Sorry, I think I actually forgot to mention the fact that Cash is currently outside of Starkweather's house. So Starkweather really isn't the smartest guy in the world, because he told his minions to bring the guy that wants to murder him to his own house. But whatever. You do you, crazy evil director man. In this level, it felt like no matter how many guys you shot, more would appear out of thin air. And it makes sense for a guy like Starkweather to have a whole army of bodyguards at his home. But my god, give me a break! There's like more than 5 guys at least. I don't know, I dropped out of school. Once we reach the rich asshole's Resident Evil mansion, there's only a handful of guys to deal with before we can step inside. I've been doing this for so long that I actually have to sit down now. Look, this shit's getting repetitive. I know it, you know it, but we've made it this far and there's no way I'm gonna give up on this script and drink myself into a coma. Not again. But yes, I'm aware this is getting kind of repetitive. Normally I would blame the game, but dude, I'm just genuinely running out of shit to say, I'm sorry. But the finale will be worth it, and we're almost there. So close. Please end my suffering. In this level, the game introduces security cameras, which makes sense to add to this portion of the game, but they kind of just make things tedious and annoying. They aren't too big of a deal, just sort of a minor thing to keep in mind when you're running around this guy's house. You could, of course, destroy the cameras by shooting them, but that also alerts everyone to your location because it makes a very loud noise. So let me ask you this, what is the point After killing a certain number of enemies, or killing this guy specifically, a cutscene plays. I really don't know what triggers it. But we learn we need to kill this guy, and we need to kill him now so we can get an elevator key. We also need to turn the elevator on in the basement. You know this guy's rich when he got an elevator in his home. Reaching this part of the level, we are greeted with stairs. Don't be fooled though, because these aren't normal stairs. These are actually the stairs of quick, certain painful death that will send you straight to hell. Reaching the second floor, we find the surveillance room, where we can turn off the cameras. You know, this would have been really helpful if this wasn't right at the end of the level. Here's the guy we need to kill, by the way. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him, actually. Here, let me check. Character unknown. Full name unknown. Oh, okay, I guess there's just no information about this guy. That's cool then. This dumb, stupid, milk-drinking, diaper-wearing, goo-goo-gaga saying little bitch boy baby is currently holed up in this room guarded by like 3 other guys. When enemies do this cowardice act known as camping in one spot and praying they don't die, the game makes you think you need to lure them out to kill them, when in reality all you have to do is this. Okay, this proves that no one should take my advice on anything ever. Okay, see, it does work. You just need to aim your gun at the enemy instead of at the wall. I grab the elevator key and the game politely reminds me that there's a whole other section to the level that I need to suffer through. So I scurry my swampy ass downstairs to the scariest staircase ever. Then I make my way down those stairs as well. Damn, man, this is a lot of work. I commit first degree, flip the doohickey, kill more, run, shoot this camera out of pure spite, and finally, get in the elevator. I should have just done the whole video like this, honestly. Now things have gotten real serious. Armed with nothing but a green fist, we aimlessly walk around this decrepit part of Starkweather's mansion. And a character we've seen appear frequently throughout the game finally shows up in the last level. His fight plays on the very best qualities of Manhunt. The feeling of being weak and trapped, knowing that you can only defend yourself with literal trash. The feeling that if you get caught, you are most certainly going to die. It's intense, it's frightening, and it's only amplified by the fact that this thing doesn't look, sound, or even act human. He runs faster and chases you longer than any other enemy in the game, all while making oinks and squeals accompanied by the sounds of a chainsaw. This is especially scary when you don't expect it. This comes out of nowhere on your first playthrough, and yet it doesn't feel unwarranted, because we have seen Pigsy in several cutscenes before this. So instead of it feeling like a random fight thrown in the game for shock value, it feels like there was actual build-up to this climactic moment in the game, and it feels really good once you finally defeat him. The fight consists of picking up glass shards and wooden spikes, hiding around corners, and waiting to stab him in the back. Okay, you know, it actually sounds kind of lame when I explain it like that, but trust me, it's a good fight. After attacking him thrice, he breaks open the door to the rest of the house. Now you get to chase him upstairs while he yells threats at you. And it's a bit clunky, but the goal is to make him stand on this thing a couple times, so you can finally kill him. But that's not all, folks, because we can't forget about our little scumbag friend over here.
Send him to hell. Go on.
And now that Cash has the chainsaw, he can easily take out Starkweather's guards one by one until he can finally kill Why are there guys guarding the doors? Yeah, give me a melee weapon to kill the guys with guns. That's fun, I guess? After all of that, the real final fight begins. Overweight balding man versus the Chad. I'm not gonna do the Street Fighter 4 edit again. It's too much work. Starkweather only takes a few shots at you before running out of ammo. When that happens, you can just do this.
You had your big break and you blew it. Cash, I made you!
Acclaimed movie maker Lionel Starkweather has been found dead today, along with several of his bodyguards, at his estate at the Wapona Hills residential district. In what investigators are calling a bloody vendetta, an unknown assailant infiltrated the compound, killing Starkweather, but more interestingly, leading police to the site of a snuff film ring being run from the estate's confines. Linked to this ring is Carcer City's own police chief, Gary Schaefer, whose lawyer stated that he intends to plead not guilty.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the game. You can go now. We're done. It's over. Just like that. Roll the credits! When I first played through the game, I did talk a lot about what happened and my thoughts on the game initially right after playing it. But I think the music during the credits is copyrighted, so I sadly can't play that part for you. So I'll leave you with these parting words instead. Ask yourself this question. Was this game a story about revenge, or was it a story about redemption? Did you see what he did to him? This is revenge, dude, no doubt. Also, I lied. I have more to say, because I almost forgot to mention that at the end of the credits, this happens. You're probably wondering, what the hell did I just look at? Well, apparently it's some in-universe cartoon, and it basically implies that the whole snuff film, or the whole game, was taped over a children's show, which really just adds a whole other level of degeneracy to this guy. I went back and I unlocked all of the concept art in the game, which I will show later. For now, I just want to read this one. The producer controls and edits the filming of the hunts from a control desk in the mansion. Once a wealthy and productive director, he has been disgraced and ostracized by Hollywood's elite. Bitter and angry, his isolation has brought about a swift decline into madness, reduced to filming underground pornography and snuff films for a selective clientele, particularly the Japanese market. He has begun creating a new deranged genre of snuff movie called manhunts. Proving to be extremely lucrative, these films have allowed him to amass enough wealth and power to begin to exact revenge on the producers and moneymen that engineered his downfall. Over the past year, various Hollywood power players have disappeared mysteriously, and all of them have become films for Starkweather's private director's cut collection. Throughout the game, he constantly rants against the movie industry and the people who have crossed him. And with all that, we made it to the end of the game. I know the video is titled A Full Deep Dive, and honestly, after finishing this video and getting to the very end, I think I could have gone into more detail about a few things. But also at the same time, I really don't want this video to be too long, and it already is too long. There are some things I didn't touch on, mainly because I didn't experience these things during my playthrough, and I think that is a fair excuse, but while doing research for this game, I did discover a few things that I should mention here. I never went into the specific details about every gang member. That would have just taken way too much time, so obviously I scrapped that idea pretty quickly. I never got into the final gang, called the Monkeys. The reason I didn't do this is because I think they're only encountered in the bonus modes of the game, which I never played, and I don't plan on doing it because, honestly, I've had my fill of this game, give me a break. And I never touched on this. This is a promotional website for Manhunt, I think, and I think it was taken down as well, so I found an archive of it. And I don't think it works properly anymore, but it's basically like a point-and-click type thing. I'll link it down below, hopefully, so you can check it out yourself, because I'm not going to do that here. I hope this video essay has done Manhunt justice. I hope someone watched this and said, man, this game looks good. I'm going to go play it. I hope that happened for at least a few people, because I actually really like this game. Ranking the 3 games I've done video essays on so far, Manhunt wins by a landslide. It is actually such a good game, and even after recording all of the footage I needed for the video essay, I went back and I played more of this game, because I just had a really fun time. I don't know, I just had a really good time with this game, and I hope if you played it yourself and then maybe came back to watch this, I hope you had a good time too, because it's a really good game, it really is. And it has a sequel, surprisingly, and I've heard mixed things about the sequel. I may talk about this in the future. Leave a comment, let me know if you want to see that. But for now, I'm stepping away from video essays once again. I'm done. I'm done. This was a lot of work, okay? Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate the video 5 stars, like, subscribe, and remember, let me know if you want to see that Manhunt 2 video essay in like 6 months. That's it. See ya.
These guys are in for a show tonight. Some of these guys are pussies, wimps. Their days are numbered.